Hello, everyone, and welcome into today's episode of the Maple and Blossom podcast. I am one of your hosts, Maple, and with me, as always, is the co-host Blossom.
Yahoo!
So today we are covering again another one of our personal favorites. So today is episode 41, and we will be covering the first part of Horimiya.
All right. I'm just going to jump into it because I have lots of notes.
I believe it. I believe it.
We're going to try and get to this in a timely manner. So let's
jump in.
The opening scene starts out with a teacher telling everyone to enjoy their summer vacation. And I don't know why I wrote this. I'm not going to actually read that. A couple of students are talking about going out to karaoke, and Hori says that she needs to hurry home.
Yeah.
So on her way out to class, she dropped her phone, and Miyaruma hands her phone. And I guess so the reason we find out she has to hurry home because she's doing chores. And she looks after her younger brother, right? She has to pick him up from school. And her younger brother's name is Sota. So, yeah, that's kind of like the earlier part of the anime. The first
little bit of it,
like 2 minutes.
To be fair, I think the part you're talking about, is it the part where all the girls are talking about how hot the teacher was?
No.
Or is it the part of the hallway with Hori?
It's the flashback to what the teacher told Hori. I don't know why I make note of it, but I'm like, I don't think I'm going to say that on the podcast at all.
What's wrong with that?
Put my glasses on. Okay.
Yeah, you might as well put
now
your glasses on. Now we're taking it seriously.
Well, yeah, because they're small, so I have to try and find him.
So yes, of course, everyone is starting to take notice of Miyamura and how they feel he's gloomy and kind of like this nerd, if you will. Yeah. And of course, everyone's asking Toru because he's the only one who really like talks to him.
Chotomate, did we both take a sip of water at the same time?
Yes, we did.
I was like, oh, good, you're talking for a bit. Let me drink water. And then you stopped, and I'm like, wait. Okay.
Yeah, so of course Toru's the only one who kind of like has any kind of interactions with him. So he kind of says, yeah, he's a pretty cool guy. Like he's pretty like nice kind of thing.
Well, the reason why they met too, right, is Izumi, which is Miyaruma's name. First name. Helped her younger brother Sato come back home after he fell down and had nosebleed. I think it was nosebleed.
I think so. He fell.
He fell and got injured, like little kid does, right? So Hori was like, "Oh yeah, you should stay around." And then it's funny because Izumi or Miyurama was like, "Oh yeah, you're Hori from class 1-3," and she's like,
"Who are you?
What? Wait, how? Oh, okay, like that's weird." And then he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm in the same class as you." And he's got all these piercings. His hair is different. He's got a tattoo.
Oh yeah.
And Hori's just like, huh? There's no way this is the same guy, right? Like she's like freaking out. But like you said, we kind of start seeing Hori and Izumi kind of hang out more together, even at school, right? Oh.
Well, because she's starting to approach him a little bit differently now, because she's starting to see a little bit more of another side of him, if you will. And of course he comes over because he wants to hang out with his bro.
Yeah, Sota wants like, oh, when is Izumi coming back? Yeah, Sota
no,
keeps
it's with my bro. With my bro coming over. He's calling him his bro.
There's gonna be wait till we introduce the dad. There would definitely be bromance.
Oh, the dad is hilarious. The dad is hilarious.
Cannot wait.
But yeah, so he's of course he's got the like you said, he's got the tattoos and the piercing, and he's got like the chain connecting the lip and the ear piercing, which is just odd to me.
Of course, it's great. But the thing is, it doesn't look bad, which is crazy for me to say. Trust me, that's crazy for me to say, right? But yeah, It doesn't look bad. They actually like the design of the characters in the show are actually absolutely fantastic. I love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the next day at school, Hori is like, there's a sale on egg, and he was, she was like, oh, as long as there's no clubs, then
As long
I'll
as I
be
have
able
anything
to
to do,
go.
then I should be able to
Yep.
go. Yeah.
But then at the end of the day, it was like, oh, emergency club meeting. So I was like, great. And then she just texted me to my eggs. Tamago, right? Just
Well,
like
she's like,
literally
since you're
tamago.
coming over, she's like, since you're coming over to my house anyways later, just stop and grab them.
So he leaves like the school, like he's like, oh, I have to get there like on time, right? Because like the sale end, right? So
Yeah.
he's like, he jumps the fence and like jumps in front of Yuki, I believe it is Yuki.
It is
Yeah,
Yuki. Yeah. And
yeah,
he's
and
of course
she's just
he's taking off his stuff like his jacket and everything
his
else, right?
glasses
And
and he's undoing his tie.
yeah,
Yeah,
his
and then
hair's
she was
starting to go
like
back up a bit.
shocked. Yeah, and she was like kind of shocked, like, oh my god, who's this hot guy? So sort of thing, right?
Yeah. Mm.
So yeah, later on we see they make it back to like obviously they both meet up at Hori's house,
Yeah.
and they kind of get this special connection between them early on here where Izumi's like, I like seeing you like this, like because him and Hori talked about like Hori's like, does anyone else at school know? And he was like, no, like no one really knows about me outside of school. And then Hori was
Yeah.
kind of like, I
No, I want to
actually
keep it
really
that
like
way.
that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
want to keep it like that because I feel like this moment is only for me. It's like really cute, like early moment between the two of them is so good. And he said the same thing. He's like, I really like how hardworking you are, and like I don't want other people to like see this either. Like this is
Well, and
like
he's like, yeah, how angry she
again.
is, and yeah, like how the difference
hmm
in her appearance, right, and how she usually is, and he's like, yeah, I'd like to, kind of keep this all to myself as well, right, like you said.
So Izumi freaks out about having to go to swim class because of his tattoos.
Okay, I will admit, his reasoning in the second season is a lot more hilarious than here, but or his excuse to get out of it.
When they went to the hot springer, right?
Yeah,
Exactly. So
yeah.
yeah, that's in the second season. I can't wait to do that one.
I know, me
Later
too.
in the week.
It's so
It's gonna be
good.
so good.
So yeah, so like you say, and so now you got Toru, who's a little bit more curious as to like why he doesn't like gym class, and he's like, why are you wearing all your winter clothes? Like, why are you not, like what's going on, kind of thing, right? So and of course he shows him the tattoos, and he's like, wait, what?
So now Toru likes Hori, and it's like I want
Yeah.
to ask Hori out, and like Izumi's like, yeah, we're not really dating, so like I wouldn't make a good like we wouldn't make good couple anyway, sort of thing. Like I wouldn't be
Yeah.
okay, like wouldn't be right for her. And then Toru asks Hori out. And she turns him down, and then Hori
Yeah.
gets mad at Izumi, was saying like, because now Izumi's like, well, this is gonna be great for her, right? He's a good guy, like they're gonna start dating, and it was fun while it lasted, but this is kind of like the end of it. But Hori actually gets really mad and was like, why would you tell Toru that we wouldn't be good, like?
Well,
And he's
we
like,
wouldn't
well,
be
I
a
don't
good
want to
couple, kind of thing,
a
right?
good
Yeah.
couple, like a good pair. And
Yeah.
he was like, well, I didn't want to ruin your reputation, right? Like everyone loves you, you're pretty, everyone knows you. Like I'm just a gloomy guy in the class here, right? Like no one's gonna really want to like hang out with me, like it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But then Hori was like, if I didn't like you or want you around, I wouldn't have you come by every day, right?
Well,
Like
exactly.
this is
right?
not just like a trivial thing we are doing. Like
Mhm.
I actually like believe in this and I believe in you, sort of thing, without like kind of saying it, right? And then the things end up okay between them. And that was only episode 1.
That's okay.
So, you want to start episode 2?
With my spectacular note taking, sure.
Sorry, the problem is I have to feel like I sneeze. I have to feel like I sneeze. Sorry. It went away. Okay, no, it's okay, Daisuo.
Yeah,
So Hori
so
accidentally... Oh,
yeah, go
do
ahead.
you want to go or do I? Okay. So Hori accidentally starts singing anime songs in public, and Miura points out that she's um uh, points it out, and she gets embarrassed by this. Like, well, Sato like watches like a lot of anime and like shows like that, so like I know those are the songs I really listen to, right? Like, cause she doesn't really listen to music.
Yep.
And then so we end up going back to Hori's house, of course, because they're walking together, and Hori's mom is there. Um, and while talking to Hori's mom, Hori realizes that she doesn't know Izumi's name, like
She doesn't know his
Myanmar,
first name. She
right?
only knows
She
his
doesn't know
last
like
name.
Myanmar's name, only
Yeah.
just the last name, right? So the next day at school, she's like trying to figure out where his name is. She's like, oh no, the teacher took the class attendance, so, and like he was peeking on the boys changing.
Yeah, she was peeking
Hoping
in
that
on them.
someone would say his name exactly. It was hilarious.
And he calls her out on it. He's like, "Why were you being so creepy? Like, what's wrong with you?" Kind of thing, right? But
Well, Yuko was like, "Were you really peeping on the boys?" And she was like, "Yeah." And then she was like, "Oh, have you been frustrated?"
yeah,
I'm like, "Oh, oh god, that's just funny."
yeah. So Hori's now plan is to get her mother to be with him, and kind of like she'll ask for his name, and then he'll tell her, and then it'll be fine, right? I'll get it from her. So her plan gets foiled when her mother just goes back to work.
Yeah, and then well, Hori was on an errand when Miyodama showed up and
Yeah.
talked to Hori's mom by himself. And then when she gets back, Izumi's like, actually, that was the first time someone called me by my first name since like 6th grade, though, right? Like in middle school, though. And then like now Hori's just like, wait, what? Like, no, wait, now she knows his name. Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
So like,
And because
she
her
ends up
mother
just
left, and went back to work, she couldn't ask her mother what it was or hear her mother say it, right?
exactly. Mm-hmm.
Which was just hilarious.
And because of that, she's like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna, because like Miyodama is like, why have you been acting weird lately? And then she's like so embarrassed, like, I just want to know your name. And then he starts laughing hysterically. She's
hysterically
like, really?
laughing.
You've been acting like this whole thing because like you wanted to know my first name? It is crazy. So he tells her his first name, and then he writes it down. And he's like, it's pronounced Izumi. She's like, yeah, I can see that.
And I like how she goes, "I'm gonna put it in my pocket just so I
I'm
can
gonna
like."
keep it just in case I forget.
Yeah, and he's like, "I'd
Yeah.
rather you just remember it."
Yeah, hype. So we see the student council ask Cody for help with the
Again.
budget report. Yep. And then so as Hori hands it back,
Yep.
Remy is hurrying through the hallway with a big box and
Yep.
bumps into Izumi. And Remy is like, oh no, she bumps in like, watch where you're going, when Remy was the one that actually bumped into him. Now Remy ends up becoming one of my favorite characters, like in the show. But early on, I was like, oh, I don't like this.
I really
pink-haired
just like
girl.
her.
Like,
yeah,
I didn't like her, like especially in this episode. But this was like her worst episode, right? Because she becomes like a really strong voice of reason for other characters, right? Where she just sees things for how they are.
Yeah.
Not. She's so she's so in tune with the gossip, but she doesn't let it control the things that she thinks about or how she views things, right? She's so independent character. It's like, she's such a good character, and she tells this to other people too later on. But she bumps into Izumi, and Izumi's like, hey, wait, you dropped this. And then she's like, oh, it's probably nothing, you can just throw it away.
You can just toss it away.
So the next day, So the next day at school, Hori gets scolded by Sengoku, the student council president. Was like, "Where's the budget report? Like, why didn't you have it?" And then as Izumi walks into the school, it's like happening in the hallway, and a bunch of students are like, "Oh no, really? Hori made a mistake," because like Hori's supposed to be like
perfect,
really
she's
good
seen
grade,
perfect, right?
Perfect girl, right? Exactly. So, and then so Izumi takes off his glasses, his bag, gives it to Toru, is like, hold this. And then he just goes and headbutts Sengoku. Just like right in the boom. And then he hands him the report.
Yep.
And it's like, oh yeah, Remy told me it wasn't important. And then
she tries to lie again.
Yeah, she's like, no, wait, it wasn't.
Oh. Yeah. You were the one in the hall. Yeah.
Exactly. So then Sengoku and Sakura get mad at Remy, and they're both on the council, right?
Yeah,
Um, it was really nice to see him stand up for Hori and stuff like that. So we also learned that Hori used to tease Sengoku when they were younger. So like,
that's the
for
reason
him
he is
to
the
be
way he
able
is.
to exactly, it's the way
Yeah,
exactly the reason the way he is. Cause like things are going to be different in high school and sort of thing like that. And so like now, the next day when Izumi walks into the scooter, Sengoku was like changing his shoes in the locker, and he sees Izumi and he's just now like traumatized
yeah.
about what he did. It's hilarious. I love it.
Oh, so do I. Like
So
the way he's like, I'm traumatized. It was so freaking. It was so hilarious. I loved it.
yeah, so Toru and Izumi are just kind of playing ping pong. We're talking about Hori's birthday, and like all
Yeah,
the other guys in the class are just watching, like, oh my god, we want to play like someone make a mistake. And if they're not really going all out, they're just doing like an easy like friend rally sort of thing, like friendship rally. And it
yeah.
ends up becoming pretty impressive, and they're just kind of having conversation. And Horu. We talk about Horu, like then it showcases Horu and talking to her younger brother Sato about like Sato's like, oh, is like Izumi just gonna be coming over like all the time, like forever? And like Horu kind of starts, like she gets sad at the thought of him not being there
Perhaps him
anymore,
not.
right? Like, oh well,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I don't actually know, right? And then we see Izumi buy Hori a CD with the popular songs for what everyone is listening to now, so she can kind of get caught up with
Well,
like
because
what
that
is
was one of
popular
her
and stuff.
complaints. Because that was one of the things she
Exactly.
said when they were out. Is he asked
Hmm.
her, well, what kind of music do you like? And she stalled and started saying, well, I don't know what's popular. What's popular? I don't understand what's popular. Because again, like she said, she only listens to the anime music, right? So, and that's
Hmm.
where he decided to go through and, like you said, buy the CD for it and, show her what's popular currently.
And he even stays like, yeah, well, this is at least most of the stuff that I like, right? Like, I don't know if
Yeah,
you're gonna like it, if it's gonna be your taste in music, but people are listening to this, and this is what I personally like, so maybe you can like it too, right?
yeah.
And I think it's super cute how like a lot of they have little moments throughout these episodes, but everything connects so well in this anime. I
Mhm.
know some of our complaints in other animes, like, why did they even talk about this character? It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And I talk about this later on as we really dive into the side characters, which at points it doesn't even feel like they are side characters because of
Oh,
how
I know.
little we get a show, like how little we see Hori and Izumi like later on in the season, and they just focus so heavily on these background characters.
Especially the
It's
second,
perfectly done. If
especially
anyone wants
second
to
season.
learn how, especially the second season,
Yeah.
exactly. So
Yeah.
episode 3 starts off with we get a little bit of Izumi's backstory about him being alone and a loser in like middle schooler, right?
And
And
people
even the beginning in
struggling to
high school
find
as well. Hmm.
struggling to find partners and stuff, right? Because nobody wanted to sit with a weird kid, right?
Yeah. So then we also get a small flashback of the first time him and Hori met because the girls are like, oh, they were talking about Miyanima, and then Hori's like, oh, who's that? And they're like, oh yeah, he's over there. He's always like gloomy all the time. And then like she comes up and like talks to him and is like, you don't seem really gloomy to me. You seem perfectly normal,
Yeah.
right? And like was like talking to him. Um, I thought that was like really good, like early like moment, like that, like just a showcase moment that we didn't get before.
Yeah.
Um, so we stay. The school year starts, and we see them getting into their final year of high school, and we see that all of them are in the same group, like
Yeah.
every single one of them. Um, I really, I really like Toru and Izumi here. I'll let you talk about it.
Oh, are we talking like in their group?
No, like remember they were trying to like figure out who's in the what class they are in, and the
Oh,
girls over
yes.
here.
Yes. Okay, I want to start first before we get to that.
Okay.
When they were deciding partners, the translation in Crunchyroll can be so bad at times.
Okay.
This one here, the teacher's explaining we're going to break up into pairs, right? We're going to work together like in groups, right?
Hmm.
This is literally the translation. Friends work together. Okay, class, find a partner and hold hands.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
The translation was, "Okay, class, find a partner and hold hands."
Interesting.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
So
Okay.
so they're standing around trying to figure out what class they're in, and Toru's talking like, "Oh yeah, we're in the same class together." Like, "Oh, this is so great," and like he's talking about his excitement, and the girls in the background are like, "Eh, eh,
Well,
are
he
those
says
guys
this must be
dating?"
the power. He said this must be the power of love. So what he says,
And the girls are
and
like,
so they overhear.
"Are they together? Are they, are they dating?" And the girls are now like convinced that the two of them are dating, just based on the way 'cause he's always like he's like again throughout this whole thing, he's like hugging him, he's got his arm like around him, he's all like it. It was so it was so hilarious. Yeah, the girls in this one were great.
So Zimi kind of wonders why. He kind of also wonders like Tay has like a step back as everyone like enters the classroom and he sees like
Yeah,
Hori, Yuki, Toru, like the whole group, Shu, like everyone's like talking together. Well, Shu's not in the class, but Shu's a character later. But and he's just like,
yeah,
wow, do I really fit in with these people? Like this is crazy. Like I didn't really think I would ever have a friend group like that. And he's like kind of
yeah.
pondering like, why are they gonna be friends with me? So he asks Toru on the roof, and Toru's like I don't know, something about you, like you're a good guy, but like you're also like annoying, frustrating, and quiet. But he's
Well, because
very
he says he's
thankful
like
for
he's
them
hard to
being their
read.
friends.
Yeah, like he's
Yeah,
hard to read.
exactly.
He never says what he wants to like. There's like, a lot of valid criticism because again, like it is the way that he is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Hi.
yeah. So and then again, it's the same kind of thing. Like Toru then asks like, well, "What do you like about me?" Right? And
Uh-huh.
again, they just go back and forth, and they have their own like I don't know, their own little heart to heart, I guess here. Which of course Hori gets mad about because they were supposed to be doing assignments.
Yes, they're supposed to be cleaning up, I believe, and they just kind of, yeah, they were supposed to. You're right. Finish the assignment.
Yeah, and now
So,
Hori's being, of course, gets really, really mad about the fact that they didn't.
so the next day at school, Hori arrives early because Sato wanted to like meet up with his friend earlier. So
Yeah,
Hori arrives to school earlier than normal, and so she goes to cafeteria and she runs into Remy, and Remy wants to like, it's like, oh yeah, so Izumi is like, he's pretty cute, right? Like, are you dating? And Hori's like, no, we're not dating. And then Remy's like, oh, so you wouldn't mind if I asked him out? And then Hori like kind of stops and thinks for a second, and is um, like Remy's like, oh, like so he'll be like he's all mine. So now
yeah.
sorry,
He's playing them.
Hori
He's
has
like,
like this flash of like Remy and Izumi together, and then she snaps and is like, no, you can't have him, right? And then she's like, oh, but you just said you weren't together, and she's like, I'll never let you have him,
yeah.
right?
And she's like, well, I'm
Um,
taking him. And then she's like, no, you're not. And they go through like this back and forth, right?
mm-hmm. So, that was kind of the end of there, right? Yeah, because then
Yeah.
Hori like
Remy has a
walks off because she's
conversation.
like,
Remy has a
mm-hmm,
conversation with Sakura, and
Sakura about it.
yeah, and she
Mm-hmm.
says, well, I was just joking, kind of thing, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, and I think too, I like putting into this perspective again, like looking back at it, right, with
Hmm.
Remy here. I was like, you know what? I actually almost I don't hate her for doing this because it was kind of like really made Hori realize like, wait, yeah, like I want to be with him. I think this was like a really big moment for that.
Or she's
Um,
always wanted, but I think it's more of like a motivation that if I don't do
if you
something,
don't,
somebody else is going to, right?
exactly right. So I thought like what Remy did here was like, I thought it was like good, and it was like almost that
If that was her
necessary
intentions,
evil sort of thing.
if that
Yes.
was her intention, if it was just
And
I'm just gonna
well, she
mess with
said she was
her,
just playing around. Exactly.
yeah,
Right.
but that's what I mean. But that's what I'm saying. If her intentions were she's just gonna play it off as a joke because she doesn't want to give that image or the impression of her being like that out there, okay. But if it was, oh, I was just playing around with her, like I was really, literally just manipulating and having fun, then no, I didn't personally enjoy that. No matter the result it caused, she's still bad.
Yeah.
She's cute, but bad.
So I like here, like we just see Hori and Izumi like watching horror movies.
Yeah.
Hori loves them and Izumi is afraid of them. I don't really
Yeah.
have much more. I really like the next day that Hori and Izumi like they have like these cute moments together where like they start doing like little things together, like holding
Yeah.
hands, like their like touching hands and stuff like that. So Toru overhears Remi and Sakura talking about Izumi, and the next day we find out that Izumi and Toru like get in a fight, and like Izumi kind of beat him up really good. Kind of beat him up really good, and everyone's starting to wonder like what was happening, like what were you fighting about? And
Yeah.
so Izumi was telling Yuki that like we were fighting over like Hori.
Yeah, essentially, and he's like, "Oh, so you got one?" He's like, "No, you got beaten to a pulp."
Yeah, it's like, yeah, Izumi's like, "Oh yeah, I dodged everything but the first hit."
Yeah.
Right? So now we actually get to see a different perspective early on in episode 4, where Sakura drops the papers outside the window and she sees Toru picking them up.
Mm-hmm.
And then we kind of see Sakura like looking out at Toru, right? And this is kind of when I got like the first inkling that Sakura like has crush on Toru, right?
Oh, she does. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
we see Toru.
I don't think she really noticed him before this point, and I think that's where it was like, I don't want to say love at first sight, but it was definitely like instant attraction, right?
Right. Mm-hmm. So Toru, Sengoku, and Izumi are just kind of talking for a bit, eating ice cream because it's hot out. And then you just kind of see the entire group start spending time together at the student council room.
Mm-hmm.
And then Hori and Izumi, they do rock, paper, scissors, and Hori and Izumi do, so they have to go get drinks for everyone. And on the way back, I love the innuendos and the misunderstanding early on in this episode is absolutely hilarious. So,
yeah, because like change gets dropped and the drink gets dropped and stuff like that, right? And they're wondering like, yeah, I wonder what they're up to.
So long.
Was taking them so long, and Toru was getting all jealous. Like, what do you mean something's going on?
What are you talking about? Yeah, and then they get back, and he's like, I kind of screwed Hori. He's like, no, don't tell me about that. No.
Hori kind of screwed me. Hori kind of
screwed me. Yeah. And then Hori's like, I'm sorry, just one thing just led to another. Like,
we didn't mean it to happen.
It was just all these like little like obviously nothing actually happened, right? It was just like it's like just drop soda. And then when he opens his soda, he's like, why is the soda going everywhere? It's like that's what we were trying to talk to you about. It was hilarious. So, and this is kind of where Sakura also hands Toru her handkerchief, right, to like help clean up and stuff like that. So that was like another cute small like moment early on about them too. So Hori Hori starts feeling embarrassed when Izumi accidentally reveals he doesn't wear clothes while sleeping, and then Hori's like talking about like Hori's like, okay, let me see. Hey Izumi, can I see your tattoos? And he just starts like taking off his shirt, unbuttoning his shirt, and Hori gets mad. She's like, what are you doing? Like, how are you not like flustered or like embarrassed by like she's like, would you just take off your shirt for anyone who asked? He's like, well, I mean, like you already know about them, so like it doesn't matter. Right? Like he's like kind of like
you've already
pretty casual about it. Yeah, exactly. He's like, yeah, I guess depending on the circumstances or whatever, like it doesn't really matter, right? And Izumi is just kind of like Hori's just like wondering why, like if he ever gets flustered, and Izumi's like yeah, I do. I always get like I always don't know how to act around you, sort of kind of feeling towards Hori, right?
Well, so, this is where his friend texts him.
Yeah, Shindo texts him, right? Because it's a flashback with the picture of them when they were younger. Was that it? Or was it him and his girlfriend?
Mm-hmm. Yep, it was him and his girlfriend, and they were kind of
And so like he's just trying to like delete the picture. He doesn't really want to like show Hori.
Yeah.
And then this is like kind of where we start to think like Hori wants to like start learning more about Izumi. Like, oh, I don't really like know a lot about him, sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like cute, like wondering, like fascination, sort of thing.
Well, yeah,
like,
yeah. Like, what
we
was he?
spent
What
so
was he
much
actually like
time
in middle school?
together. Exactly. And
Yeah.
also like we spent so much time together, but I really still don't know like a lot about him.
Well, no.
So then they actually run into Shindo when
Yeah.
they are walking, and well, Izumi accidentally kind of tells Shindo that they are dating, and then Izumi's like, "Oh, don't worry, I'll text him right now saying we're not." And then Hori's like, "Well, you don't really have to do that." Right? Like kind of like this is kind of another sign where she's like, I want to date, but like I'm too nervous to actually admit and say, right?
Yeah.
So we get a bit of Izumi and Shindo's backstory of him in middle school, and Shindo was with a popular group of friends, and they started hanging out with Izumi, and the other group started bullying Izumi, and then Shindo's like, "You just I don't know why you're worried about like Izumi's not taking me away from you guys.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we'll hang out some other time. Like I can hang out with who I want, sort of thing, right?"
Well, no, and that's exactly it, right? And then yeah, you see their kind of their friendship in it, which is nice. And then later you see Toru walking with Miyamura, and he sees Toru's like, "Hey, look, there's some guy hitting on Hori," and of course it's Shindo talking with Hori. And Miyamura immediately like rushes over, like, what are you doing? And like slaps him.
It was hilarious, right? So yeah, so he at the end of the episode, Hori is sick, and Izumi comes over and takes care of her,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Okay, I'll be back," and then Hori's like, "Where are you going?" And then he's like, "I'm not going anywhere. Like, if you want me to stay here, I'll stay here, right?" Sort of thing. Like,
Yeah.
you shouldn't be asking where I'm going, or what was it? Oh, I
Just
forgot the quote. It's like, it's not. You shouldn't be
instead
asking
of asking
where I'm going. Yeah.
you should be asking, will you stay? Kind of
Yes,
thing, right?
exactly. When I thought that was like so cute, like the moment, because we see a flashback of Hori when she was
Her
younger and she
mother.
was sick, and her mother would leave because she's like, oh, her mom was like, well, you're gonna be a big strong girl because, just things like that, right?
Yeah.
So Izumi said, I'm not gonna really go anywhere until you get better, and while he thinks that she's asleep, he tells her that I've loved you for a while now, and that's kind of where the episode end, right? So I thought that was like really cute.
Technically, he knows she's awake. He just says it.
Well, yes. Yeah, he kind of just says it.
Yeah. While she's pretending to sleep, if you will.
Right. So Sato, episode 5 starts with Hori still being sick.
Yeah.
And then Sato walking to school and seeing Izumi walking with another girl in Shindo. And then Hori overreacts to this news when he thinks that he is cheating on her immediately.
Well, because she's like, wait, it's not cheating. Oh, but wait, he said he loves me. Love equals cheating.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Exactly. So then Hori starts avoiding him, and then she asks him about the girl, and he kept saying like Chika-chan, Chika-chan, Chika-chan this, Chika-chan that, and Hori doesn't give him time to explain the rest before he gets mad because he's using her first name, and it's revealed like Izumi's like, I never knew her last name, I don't know, like I only know her as Chika-chan.
Yeah, I only know
right?
her first name. I don't know her last name, kind of thing, right?
Exactly. But she like threw a book at him and was kind of like, and the one thing I really love is Izumi visits her Hori's house again, like always.
Yeah.
And they both think that the other one is mad at them. But then I really like how they were actually adults here and they like talked it out. And then they realized it was just kind of a silly misunderstanding and they kind of laugh about it. But I really like the maturity of the characters here to actually just not be mad. And they're kind of like, okay, let's find out what's going on, right? I thought that was like really, really good.
Well,
and then we see her dad.
yeah, I do.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Did you have something to say
No, I was just
before we
gonna
get to
say
her father?
I was just gonna say that's pretty much it, right? It's just more of again, just like you said, their feelings, the way they talk it out, and like again, they actually discuss it. Well, yeah,
So her dad walks in, and I love her dad. Her dad's hilarious. There's just a bunch of shenanigans early on with her dad, where she's just very brutal to her dad. Um, right? I
no,
thought it's
just
like,
bashing him in the head with soup bowls and stuff,
yeah,
and
soup bowls and exactly.
yeah,
Axe kicked him. Gave him an axe kick. He's like, you shouldn't. Daughters don't axe kick their daddies.
that
It was hilarious.
that one was hilarious.
That was so good. And then like he's like, oh, so who's this guy? And he's like, oh, you have long tongue, Miramar. Oh yeah, you have long eyelashes, right?
Yeah,
It's like really, you look kind of cute, sort of thing. It's like, are you two dating? And Horty's just like, yeah. So what if we are? Kind of
yeah.
confirming that they are dating, which is great. I like that a lot. Her father's name is Kyosuke, by the way, and then we see Hori's mom come back. Is like, wait a minute, if Izumi eats and I eat and Hori eats and Sota, oh no, I don't know if we're gonna have enough food for you, dear. And he's like, wait, do I not have a place in my own home anymore?
And then she's
Sort
like,
of
"Oh
thing.
yeah, we don't have chopsticks for you, but you can use the disposable ones." He's like,
She's
"I
like,
don't
I
even
don't
have
have
any
a set.
chopsticks."
Exactly. I don't have chopsticks anymore, right? So we see them walking together, Izumi and Hori. They're holding hands a bit, and they're talking about like, oh, they yearn to learn more about each other, right? And they're like very happy to start dating, sort of thing. And they're like, this is gonna be great, and it ends up actually being great. But I like this cute little moment of them just walking hands together, and it's like
Yeah,
it's they don't do any of the dumb weird garbage like, oh, I don't know if I could, oh my god, I'm getting so close to her, like, oh my god, right, sort of thing. It's like
oh, you mean rent a girlfriend?
it's basically right. It's not like, oh my god, her scent is so, like, they didn't do anything weird. It's like it's normal relationship progression. It's really
Yeah,
good. I like it a lot. So we next scene we see Sakura looking out the window at Toru, and Sakura is kind of jealous because she thinks everyone is so cute and much prettier than her.
yeah,
And Remy's like, "Oh, I think you're plenty cute too." And then because like she starts hear like people start hearing like, "Oh, they like Beauty and the Beast," right? It's like where Remy is Beauty and Sakura is the Beast, and like Remy's like, "I don't see that at all. Like your name is so cute and you're cute too, right?" Like
yeah, yeah,
this is one of like the earliest like this is where Remy shines, where she doesn't like again I talked about earlier where like, she doesn't care about the gossip, or
yeah,
she's
yeah.
just like, "No, I have an opinion. This is what it is, and I'm gonna stick to it." Like,
Well,
yeah.
exactly, and like you said, she does really good in this moment where she really does showcase, uh, like you said, her feelings on the matter. Like, you are cute. Like, no matter what people say, like, no matter what you even think, you are cute, right? And
Right, and this kind of also shows the sadder side too in high school, where like, you're growing up, all these emotions and feelings and stuff like that. You
yeah,
like people, you don't like certain people. You wish, even you envy, and you wish you could be someone else. Because Sakura's like, I wish I was you, talking to Remy,
yeah,
right? Like you're so cute, everyone envies you. Like I wish I was you. Um, and she kind of gets like mad and runs off. But it's like this does show the sadder side of like high school, right? Like, and that's the one thing I love about this show is it really showcases the good and the bad, and they do it such a like normal like way. It's really
yeah.
good. And that's where episode 5 ends. So episode 6 starts with some more shenanigans with Hori's father. Kyosuke wanting to take a bath with Izumi. So,
Yeah, he's gonna bath with daddy.
he's gonna bath with daddy. Right. And they sleep in the same room together. And he was like, well, what do you like about Hori? Right? And he's probably thinking like, oh, it's like high school kid, right? He's gonna talk about like just her looks and stuff like that. And he's like, I really like how she doesn't judge people by how they look. Like I
Yeah,
really like her
yeah,
personality and stuff like that. And it made her dad smile, right? It was like really cute moment, right? I really like that part too. And the rumors, then we start hearing about rumors that start going around about Hori and Izumi dating when some students saw them leaving her house in the morning because he slept over, right? And the rumors aren't very good either. Like, well, why is she with him, and why is like she why is yeah like Hori turned me down, like Hori's like way better, can do way better and stuff like that, right? Like pretty girl shouldn't be with the emo kid sort of thing, right? That's a classic anime
Yeah,
trope
yeah.
thing. So the next day, Izumi comes to school with new haircut, and now he looks so hot. He looks so hot. He looks so hot that all the girls are
They're taking notice now.
all the girls are freaking out. They're trying to take pictures of him. It's hilarious, right? Shindo wins a contest about like a bunch of he wins a bunch of candy from some online contest though, and he's like, oh, he's like, sorry, only the weird flavors are left. Chica took all the normal ones. So Hori's like complaining like, oh, like he's eating one that tastes like chocolate, and Izumi like kisses her and steals it from her. He's like, oh well, let me see, and like kind of steals it from her mouth, and then Hori's just sitting there shocked, like he just stole my candy, right?
Yeah.
Stole candy from my mouth. And the next day at school, a girl keeps following Izumi and asking when he is going to break up with Hori. And the girl's name is Honoka. And Honoka and Izumi start fighting over Hori, and we find out that they live. Izumi and Honoka are next door neighbors, and Honoka looks just like Izumi's younger sister if he had one, right? Like just like that.
Completely.
And we learn that Honoka, and then at the end of the episode here, we learn that Honoka lost her brother. So Izumi kind of sticks up for Honoka too, like where some guys are like kind of pestering her, and she just kind of stands over by Izumi, right? And he kind of protects her, right? Stuff like that. She's always teasing him about like where's Hori, and like, oh well, Hori's like late, like maybe she doesn't actually like you and stuff, like, you know, just kind of teasing him, but it doesn't really get anywhere past like the teasing part here. As the episode ends. So like again, another new character, and I like how they introduced a new character and we didn't spend the whole episode on their backstory, right? So I thought that was like really good.
Wait, you don't like that? You mean you don't like that?
No, I don't. So we see Yuki and Toru are talking a bit while shopping, and we see that Yuki also has a crush on Toru. And they run into Sakura, and she asks Yuki if they are dating, and Yuki dies, right? And Yuki says yes, right? Yuki says yes. And Sakura asks Sengoku what he likes about Remy. And he's like, Remy makes you want to protect her. He wants to be strong for her sake, right? Because like, I know I'm not the strongest person, but she gives me strength. And then Sakura's like, oh, yeah, I can see that. Like the way she is, like she also gives me strength too. And it's good to know that they both can give each other strength as well. So Sakura makes Toru cookies because in the hallway they bumped into each other, and Toru accidentally, like the garbage can, spilled something on Sakura's shirt, and so Toru like gives her
his sweater,
his jacket, right? His gym jacket. So as thanks, Sakura makes him cookies, and Hori wonders why Yuki and Toru haven't been together lately, because Yuki is kind of jealous at the fact that Sakura has been making cookies for Toru, and that
she
Toru,
makes note. A lot. She makes note a lot of it. Yeah, you seem to be enjoying cookies lately.
Like backhand commenter, right?
Yeah.
Sort of thing. And Toru and Sakura, like we start seeing them spending more time lately, and Yuki wants to try making sweets for Toru as well. And Toru tries Yuki's cupcakes, and they are so bad. He's like, yeah, they're terrible, but I can't wait to try the next batch, right? Because he isn't like, I love how the characters aren't completely stupid and clueless in this anime. They all are pretty aware of like how things are. They see what people are doing and how people are doing, like what reason, right? So he's like, well, I see she's doing this for me. Like he realizes, yeah, she's cooking this for me, right? So
Yeah.
he's like, I'm
Yeah.
excited to try the next batch and stuff like that. So Myanmar goes on to vacation, not vacation, but has to do something with family.
In
Um,
Hokkaido.
in Hokkaido.
Yeah.
And so he forgets his charger, so his phone
Yep.
is dead, and
Nobody else has a charger there that works. He
yeah, no
can't
one
go to
has a.
the conveni.
Mm-hmm. So his mom is really hot, and then Hori wonders why he is.
You ain't gonna glaze over that. You're not gonna just skim over that.
Oh, I did.
Say it with your chest.
Don't you? No, no, look it. We can glaze over Hori's mom all we want. We can do as much glazing as we want. Trust me. Not Hori's mom. Izumi's mom. But anyway, on the day he's supposed to come back, like Hori's like wondering like, oh, I don't know if he's gonna be here, and she's like counting down the days because she's like so worried, like I haven't heard from him, like I'm missing him so much. I'm missing him so much,
Yeah.
right? So the day that he comes back, she just can't wait. And she just rushes over, and like Hori and Izumi like rushes out to get like he puts his phone on charge, and like when he opens his phone, he sees all the messages that he was missing, and just probably saw all the flood of text though from Hori.
Well,
and he's like, oh my god,
exactly it.
I'm gonna like go and see her right now. So as he was leaving, he was coming into the elevator, and Hori's like, I never realized
how long 5 days can be.
Yeah, I never realized how long it could be, right? Just days that pass by so trivial, right? All the time. It's like, wow, like when you really love someone and you really want to be with them all the time and they're just not there, like it really like put into perspective. So the girls talk about Tori about trying to act scared. Especially Remy's like, you know, you're gonna push him away with all those scary movies. Maybe you should try acting like more cute and acting scared and stuff like that. So the next day they do try doing that at Hori's house. Hori starts acting like she screams during the movie, trying to act scared, and it just freaks out Izumi.
Yeah.
It's
like,
so good,
what's
right?
wrong with you?
Yeah.
Well, he points out, he's like, this is what I like about you is the fact that you are different from them.
Right, and that's what he says, like, she's like, sorry, I've been trying to do all of this for you, and Izumi's like, why? I didn't fall in love with a normal girl, I fell in love with you, right? Like, you don't have to change, right? Exactly. So yeah, it's indicated that they slept together.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that one thing that you hate, but in the manga, Sota actually walks in on them. I know you hate when people like
no.
Manga,
I don't care if it's adding context. I hate it when they use it as an argument when the conversation is solely about the anime. What do you love about the anime? Oh my god! Well, in the manga, no, that's not the question. The question was the anime. Stick to the anime. But this, you're just adding context. Just fine.
Mm-hmm. And it's important because we see Sota and Izumi talking, and Sota and Izumi, Izumi's like, I'm not taking your big sister away from you. I never will do that, right? She's always going to be your big sister. I'm just kind of, and he's just like, I love you, big bro. Like, now I'm kind of getting like a big brother also sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
And Izumi said, so at the end of the credits here, it's revealed that she bit him during their time together.
Hi. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the ending of episode number 7.
Yes.
So episode 8, we see Izumi talking to his younger self, like, listen, I know it's hard in middle school now and you don't have a lot of friends, but if you like just
wait
hold out
a
little bit longer, right? Like you're gonna meet a guy, and then you're gonna meet like a bunch of other people too in like high school, and you're gonna meet this one girl who she'll cry for you and she'll laugh with you and stuff like that. So
she gets sad and mad and she scolds you and
for you, when you need scolding. Sure, we're getting to that part. So We see Remy is worries about Sengoku, right? I really like this part because Remy like has a spider fall on her and she's like, "Oh no, I'm so scared. Can you get it for me?" And Sengoku like he's scared too, right?
But
Because
he still swats it because,
but
again,
he
like you
still
said, he wants
swats
to
it
protect
away
her.
and Remy is like, um this is like kind of what I love about him, right? Like he tries so hard for other people. And we really start seeing, we get a flashback of Remy and Sengoku. They start bonding over reading, right? Because Remy sees him reading in class. He's like, "Oh, well, what are you reading?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm reading this kind of book." And then Remy's like, "Oh, is it any good?" And then he's like, "Oh yeah, my grandparents' house has like a whole like bookshelf, right?
Yeah,
Um, like has a huge like kind of library, sort of like a room with a
basically.
bunch of books."
Yeah.
And so Remy's like, "Oh, I want to like go over and see." So Remy goes over to his house and they talk about this one book that's based around the ending of the world. And then Remy, Sengoku's like, "So what would happen if the world ended? Like, what would you do?" Remy's like, "I would spend my last day eating desserts."
Yeah.
So, which is like hilarious, right? So the next day she goes over, it's indicated that she goes over again, and then this time Remy asked a question like, "So like like what would you do on the last day of Earth?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, like in the book." And then he said, "I would tell you that I love you and then turn into space dust." And then Remy's like, "Are you joking?" And then he's like, "No." And then Remy's like, "Oh, I like you too."
Yeah.
Um, and that's kind of when they started to date, right? Um, yeah, it's like a really cute moment. I
It
like
is. It is.
this early episode. Like this was like, oh, I really loved Remy. Remy's like story here is like so cute, right?
Yeah,
So
this is where you
Hori,
start to soften up. You can start to soften up a bit on her in these moments, right?
mm-hmm.
And again, this is one of the few episodes where they do showcase the backstory of other characters. But
Mm-hmm.
again, you don't hate it.
Well, exactly, right. So we get so where was I? We see. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. I was lost. So Izumi gives Hori gives Izumi a pedicure
Yeah.
and he puts his foot on her. I was like, "Oh, I just thought like if I like stepped on you." Pardon. And then Hori starts wondering of like what Izumi would be like if he
Was
started
more
treating her a
dominating.
bit. Oh,
Yeah.
exactly.
I thought if I stepped on you, I'd get enough experience to level up. That's what he says.
So yeah, this is exactly yeah. So Izumi tries to like be more harsher with Hori in the science room, and some underclassmates see it, where he's like calling her a bitch. He's calling her oops, sorry. He's calling her like bad words and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Um,
he's really trying to he's really trying to get her going and stuff, if you will.
right. So Yuki gets asked out, but she didn't really give him an answer, and Izumi says, "Well, why don't you just pretend that Toru's your boyfriend, so like you don't have to date him?" So
Yeah.
then, so then they're all like scouting out, like they're all like kind of spying on like who this guy is, and it's Yanagi, and Yanagi ends up being like really hot, like a kakui, like so good looking guy, right? And Toru's like, "Oh my god, he's hotter than I am."
Well, and the thing is, too, Hori's up there like, wait, that's the guy? He's so hot. She's gonna
Yeah, like
turn
what are
that
you
guy down?
doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. hmm
And I like it because at the end
Yuki.
she like rushes over, like shakes her, like, "What are you doing? Why would you turn that hot guy down?"
So Yuki talks to him, saying because he had bad eyesight that maybe he had the wrong person, and he's like, "No, I wasn't mistaken. I know, like, oh, maybe you thought I was like maybe you're thinking of Hori because like Hori's cute and stuff like that
Yeah.
because I just realized that he has terrible eyesight though." And that's kind of the ending of episode 8 where he was like, No, and this is kind of where Yuki kind of gets her first impression, like, oh wow, like I'm not invisible, right? Because she kind of has this air of her, like she wears oversized t-shirt and kind of has this air of like really just like shy, kind of like not super
Mhm.
overly outgoing character, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, and again, that whole I don't think I'm cute. I don't think this, and those kind of things, right? So
So episode 9 showcases a bit more of Izumi's popularity with the girls after his new haircut though, and like Hori I was being a bit overprotective and stuff like that. So on the
well, because
walk
she like
home,
braids his hair, she puts him in like these like mini pigtails at the back, like
mhm,
it.
and
Yeah,
she's like, yeah, I do this all the time, right? I do
yeah,
this like sort of thing all the time. It's like nothing new. So I thought it was like really cute. So on the walk home, Hori and Izumi pass by Tanihara, a buddy from Izumi's past,
yeah,
and like so him and his group of friends are like talking trash about like Izumi, like, oh look, you have a girl carrying your bag and like stuff like that. So Hori gets pissed off and is like, are you done talking? Like, are you done? Like, yeah, like was really really mad about the way they were talking about Izumi.
yeah.
And she beats she
She
beats
beats
them
him
up.
up,
Exactly.
and now they're all like
Um,
afraid of her.
they're all afraid of her. Exactly. Which the next scene is hilarious because Hori asks Izumi to slap her, and like he's like, I don't know if I could do that. So after coming out of the konbini, um, Hori comes out of the konbini and passes by Tanihara and his friends again, and like one of his friends is like, what do you want, punk? Like this like girl is like, and then like Tanihara is like, no dude, stop. Like him and his friend, he was like, no, you
You
don't
don't know
know
what you're
this girl,
doing.
you don't know what you're
Yeah,
doing, she's a monster. And they're like, what the heck? He's like, their other friends like, what the heck are you talking about? So then Hori comes over to Izumi and he just slaps her in public, and
and
they
walks
see
away with
that,
her.
and then walks away with her, like holding her hand, like, yeah, let's come over here, dog, right? Like kind of treating her like animal, right? And
Yeah.
so like now Tanihara's like, wait a minute, wait, Izumi's actually stronger than her. Wait, what the heck? So now he's like scared of just
Oh yeah,
Izumi
he's
now
like he must be a
too.
demon. He's like, when did he get like that? And
Exactly.
he was slapping girls and stuff. And of course,
Right.
he now has a conversation with her dad because he's like trying to talk to her because he's like, I don't know if I can actually do all this stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's hilarious because as he's starting, his dad's like, damn, is she pregnant again? Is she preggers again? He's like, wait, what do you mean again?
Just like he's like, eh? Right? Just like completely shocked face, sort of thing. It was great. It was hilarious.
No, and then he kind of like explains the situation to him. I like it too because like Corey comes in and is like yelling at him to get out of the bath, and I like it because their bath is like automatically timed. So it just starts
Mm-hmm.
running the
Yeah.
bathwater for him. He's like, wait, why is it perfect temperature? He's like soaked.
And then and obviously he's in the bath with the water, and then
Yeah.
his dad's like, "Oh no, now you actually have to take a bath," and then like you have to strip. And she's like, "Wait till I leave."
Yeah.
So, it was hilarious. So the next day, Izumi is looking for his phone. Actually, it's really funny because Izumi doesn't. Don't. Oh yeah, I made a note. I was like, don't tell your girlfriend's dad about like the whole like slapping like
The kink.
dominatrix,
You're talking about the kink.
right? The kink thing, and I'm like, don't talk about it like that. Like, oh my god, what are you doing? So the next phone, Izumi is looking for his phone in school, and he's like, oh, I think I left it in science room,
Yeah.
and Mizuchi is there, and he's like, okay, well, I'll call your phone for you. And then Izumi finds out, like, oh, it's just in my pocket. And when he pulls it out, he immediately drops it and breaks it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like that kind of plays into the next part here where Tanihara starts thinking about Izumi again. Like his thoughts are just completely fully about Izumi because he used to bully him, and the rabbits in middle school, like Tanihara was jealous that the rabbits liked Izumi better than they liked him. So during summer break, he didn't feed the rabbits, and all the rabbits died. Like Tanihara, like
But he
killed all the
blamed it
rabbits,
on,
right?
and then he
And
blamed
then
on,
blamed it on Izumi.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, let him
So
take the fall for it. So
once he gets Izumi's number, from his friend, Mizichi, the guy who just helped Izumi get his number, his phone. He thinks he's ignoring him, because he didn't know his phone was broken, right?
Yeah.
And he shows up at his family's cake shop, and he realizes that in this moment, Tanihara is like, I'm the one who wasn't being good to Izumi. Like, Izumi never did anything to me. I don't know why I was like bullying him. Like, he's just feeling like all this regret, right?
Yeah.
And it's revealed that he is sorry and wishes he could have told him back then that it was his fault about the rabbits, right? Sort of thing.
Yeah.
So that's where that episode ended, right?
Yeah, there's not much else that realistically happens within this one. You get a sense from the guy, like you said, from the science guy. They get into a little spat because he's like, I don't understand why Hori likes you, because apparently he also liked Horimiya, or he liked Hori, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, why does she even like you? Like, you're such a loser, kind of thing, right? But yeah, it was their back and forth in that scene was just hilarious.
So episode 11 starts with Toru letting it slip that Shu has siblings. And Yanagi gets teased and slightly bullied by Shu to call everyone by their first name. I thought it was hilarious. Where she's like, well, you're part of the group now, Yanagi. Like, what are you doing? Like, yeah, like, just call everyone by their first name. So it's just fun little banter between the group here, I think.
Yeah.
I really thought it was cute. I don't have many notes for this part. It's just kind of lighthearted fun, honestly.
Yeah.
This early part. I don't know about you.
No, it's same. There's not much in this particular moment.
So Izumi tries to get Sawada, the girl who looks just like him, Honaka, whichever one you want to go by, and he tries to help her get better talking to guys because she has no problem talking to him, and he's like, you hate guys and you're like shy around, but you have no problem talking to me, like I'm a guy, right? Like sort of thing. Like it just
Yeah.
shows Izumi's like more gentler side, right? And I think that's like another thing that's like he has is like really good too. So Shu comes in and scares her off. Right, like he's being loud and friendly as always, and Sawada is like, oh, I don't like loud guys and stuff like that,
I don't like
like
loud,
loud
annoying
noises.
guys kind of thing. Yeah.
Exactly. So, while she is carrying something to the music room, Shu is sick and go aside. So he was like, oh, let me carry that. Like basically, oh, I got it, without really saying anything. And she's kind of wondering like, why is he like being quiet and stuff like that. Maybe he's mad at me. But he was just being sick because his throat was sore.
Yeah.
And then the next day she goes to see him and he won't stop talking and she's like, oh, okay, so it's just he was just sick. Okay, like
Yeah.
it's not my I wasn't a problem. Like okay, good, right? So we see Shu's younger sister. This is Shu's kind of little story here, where his younger sister, is trying to get into a certain school, but doesn't have the grades for it.
Well, her
And
teacher doesn't think it, anyways,
her
and
teacher
kind of laughs at her.
was that exactly,
Yeah.
and she was like, "Who the hell is he? Bring him over here, and I'll punch his lights out." Like no one does that. And then it's like, he's like, I saw your notes. You threw your books at me all the time, like, and so I took a glance at them. And it's like your notes are all over the place, right? You have to kind of focus on like certain things, like and like she breaks down crying, and she's like, I don't know what to do. Like I want to really get into this school. I want to like do my best, like the best I can, and like this teacher just doesn't believe in me and like kind of destroy me before I even like have chance, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, you just have to do your best. Like it doesn't matter what school you get into. Like I'm always gonna be here for you, sort of like big brother thing. Like really cute like moment here. Like we just see like throughout this whole season, like she was just like this loudmouth like character, always high energy character. But like he's got like such good heart, right? It's like really, it's really cute. I like it a lot.
Well, the other thing is with this, and they also point note to it is he is not the high energy person when he's not at school.
Right. It's
Literally, it's
completely
just at
different.
school.
Yeah, exactly. Because I think later on she was like, "Wait, no, that's not my brother." Right? That's in episode 13, right? The
Yeah,
graduation episode,
yeah.
where she's like, "Why are you being so down?" Sort of thing. He's like, "Yeah, that's just how I always am," and she's like, "What?" But that's that was like a funny moment later. So Shu asks Hori to help her study.
Yeah.
And Shu goes to get her the good luck charm. And I thought this was like really cute too. Like he really like such a like good like older sibling like character. I really liked it a lot.
Yeah, same.
And that's kind of the episode for
Yeah, that's where
episode
this one
11.
here
I didn't
ends.
have many notes here for this episode.
There's not really much. Again, like you said, they go through, they have their discussion. You know, again, it's just very basic stuff
Hmm.
for this episode here, and then we jump into episode 12
So Hori's family is wondering what if Izumi is going to be over
for
for
Christmas.
the winter break, right?
Yeah, it's the
Christmas.
Christmas break or
And he's like,
something.
"Well, I'm gonna really be busy on the 23rd and stuff like that because it is Christmas and like the cake
Yeah.
shoppy that his parents
Run.
cake shopper, sorry, have." And so he's like, I'll be able to stop by, but not for very long. And then we see Toru admits that he likes Yuki while out with Shu and Sengoku.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, of course I love her. And they're like, wait, what? You're not like embarrassed to just admit that, right? In like public, right? Because they were eating, they were just like, eh, 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 eh. Like it was great. It was like one of the most like Japanese like a conversation.
One I laughed.
It was
Like,
hilarious.
this is great advice coming from a master romancer.
Yeah, Sengoku, right? And Sengoku's like, when the heck did I become that? Like, what are you talking about? What?
Yeah. And then we see Toru ask her to come over to play video games.
Hmm. And it's revealed that she's been to his house before. And Toru's like, oh no. Like when they get to his house, he's like, oh no, she's here today. Okay, we have to hurry up. Hurry up, be quiet. Like hurry up, like trying to be like stealth. Like, I don't want her to know. I don't want to. And then like so Yuki's like, wait, why is he acting like this, right? What the heck? The maid is like, oh, who's that? Like the maid's is like almost this. The maid is kind of like his older sister, right? Kind of character.
Is
Like
it
I
a
got
maid
that
or
big.
just a friend? I think he described it as like a friend who comes over a lot.
His mom asked her to come over to watch the house, I believe.
Yeah,
So
something
yeah,
like that.
it's kind of like it. Like I said, it's not like really a maid. It's kind of like house watcher, I guess. I
Just
don't even
somebody
know
who
what that would be
watches over
called.
him, I guess. I don't know. Babysitter?
Yeah. I don't really want to say that for like high school, but like that's kind
Yeah.
like a little bit like that. But yeah, she
And
plays
why
like
is
big
she so
big sister One-sama
hot?
energy, right? She was okay character.
Yeah, she was funny. And again, I like that they pointed out that she's taller than him.
Yeah, because Yuki's like, wow, she's so tall, right? Like she's like, oh my god,
Yeah.
she's super tall. So we see Yuki and Toru just kind of hanging out, and Toru was trying to keep the maid from seeing Yuki, and she's like, don't try anything, like don't try anything or something like that. Like I'll tell mom or something like that.
Yeah.
So we see Remy ask Sengoku if he is coming over, and Sengoku's like, no, you don't understand. Like, I can't go over to her house. And then like the group's like, wait, why can't you go over to her house? He's like, the mantis will look at me again. All the bugs, because her dad is like bug collector like person, I guess.
Yeah.
And just has like all these bugs everywhere. And she's like, yeah, they're not mine. They're just my dad's, right? Like it's like I don't mind them, right? Like it's like whatever, because like I live there, so I'm used to it. But Sengoku's like, I can't go over to her house. There's no way I can go over to her house. He's just like freaking out. It's hilarious. So Hori's mom also makes notes to like how close they are to graduating.
Yep.
And she starts to wonder, like, oh, will Izumi and I drift apart after high school? And I really like this next part. It's the cute little like showcase of how everyone is spending their Christmas break. Like all of the characters, you see like they're walking with their family, they're out eating, they're like just little cute little moments and stuff like that.
Yeah,
It's really I like the showcase.
high
Yeah,
schooler getting
it's
hit
really
on.
cute.
High schooler getting hit on by his classmate's older sister.
Yeah, that is oh my god, who was that? Oh my god, I
Yuki,
forgot his name.
Yanagi.
Inagi, yeah. Inagi was getting hit on by Yuki's Yuki's older sister there. Um it was hilarious. Um so da, da, da. Oh, I also really love the characters and how they showcase everyone, and they're spending time with each other in the group. Like you'll see Sakura and Toru, or you'll see like Toru and Sengoku, or you'll see
Yep,
like
yep,
Yuki and Hori. Like they're not just like, oh, it's not just always these two characters and just those two characters and just these two characters. Like they're all like splitting up and like they're always hanging out with each other. Like it almost feels like it's just a bigger friend group, and it's like a really good showcase of this, because most animes, um it's like, oh, when you see these two characters, they're just always together. Or when you
yep.
see these two characters, they're just always together. Or some romance anime where it's literally just the main two characters and the background characters are like barely existent, right?
Yeah,
One that comes to
and
mind
we
that does really well
and we wish
is
that the main characters were in the background and not in the forefront in some of them.
I will say that an anime that we both really enjoy, where it really showcases just the two main characters like 90% of the time and barely has any other background characters, is the Angel Next Door Spoil
Yep,
Me Rotten.
yep.
Like that anime did it. I don't know how they. That was a perfect anime that really showcased a way to just have two characters. And it
Yeah,
just
that one was
worked
actually really
really
good.
well. I don't know how
Yep.
they did that, but because usually like you kind of get tired of just like, okay, these two characters, they're gonna do like the cliche like boring stuff. Um, and I think that's another reason why I like that anime, is like they kind of didn't let those cliches get in the way and stuff like
Yep.
that. But
Yep.
anyway, I'm sure we'll cover that one at some point too. Um, so yep. Izumi comes by, drops off the kick, and Hori and Izumi like walk for a bit, and she brings up that they're graduating soon, and she's like, "There's so much I still haven't learned about you. I want to be with you." And she said that she wants to be with. And then Izumi says, "Well, then let's get married." Like, and she's like, "I promise I'll make you happy." So,
Yep.
yeah, we get like wedding proposal like
I
thing
guess.
here too. It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
like they started dating in like episode 4, episode 5, early episode 5, right? Late
Yep.
episode 4 sort of thing. And then like, yeah, we also get like actual like proposed confession too. It's like, it's really cute. And then we see them at the little showcase where they go to the shrine together at the end, and then they promise each other they'll be together forever. It's like, it's so cute, their progression as a couple. Like no anime I've seen has done it like this. This is the way to do it, because their progression, their story, it feels so real, so natural.
Yep.
Like if someone told me that this was like a real high school story with real like students, I would believe it, because like none of the interactions with these characters felt stupid, over the top,
Yep.
ridiculous. Even their shenanigans and stuff, right? Like the shenanigans that it was just normal, basic high school shenanigans. Like the guys joke around, like you saw the guys together, you see the girls gossiping, like you see like them wondering about like this and that, like normal things. Not like, oh my god, I can't get close to her because oh my god, she smells so good. Like I can't. Oh my god, I don't know. And like they really just didn't have any of the stupid cliche things either.
Yep. Yep.
Where it was
Same.
like they had a little bit of like, the little gossip, like, oh, why is she with him and stuff like that, but like they didn't hide it, right? They were like, it doesn't matter, like we're not gonna hide it and stuff like that. um it's just like they took everything. This anime was so mature, I think, is like such a good word for how to describe this anime. And we're gonna get into the final episode here, episode 13.
Yeah, where
We
you
see
cry
them
like a
clean.
baby.
I actually did not cry this time. I don't know how, I don't know why, but I did not actually cry this time. I did start getting. I was getting the feeling, especially early
Yeah.
in the episode when I was seeing them cleaning out their locker
Yeah.
and the school graduation, right? Especially when Sengoku was up there like making his speech and then Izumi sneeze and everyone was like laughing. It's like hilarious, right? You just like it was like, yeah, nice one, Izumi. He's like, I didn't do it on purpose. And Sengoku was like all mad and stuff like that. And it's emotional time, right? Where the student council president like his last speech and like the graduation. It is a big emotional thing. You see you see parents. I love Hori's father. I was like, yeah, that's my son. Hori's like, what the heck are you talking about? Right?
I at least like how they're very accepting of everything, right?
Yes, exactly. So Remy like starts saying like, yeah, I want to go with everyone. I want to make one last memory with everyone.
Yeah.
And they're kind of like talking about where they should go like right after high school is over, and they kind of agreed to go to the beach, right? They're like, oh yeah, we
Of
should just
course.
go to the beach and stuff like that. Like we don't actually see any of that,
I know.
but it's like it's a good like. It's good that like okay, even after high school, these characters want to still have like connection,
They still want to
right?
have the
Because
friendship, of course, because they've just built it up the entire thing, right? So it's like,
like I barely talk to like there's like a few girls that I still talk to from high school, but that's because like there's a location that I live by that like it's just kind of
convenient.
they're still in the
You run
area,
into
so
it.
we just kind of run into them sort of thing. Not like we
Yeah.
don't actually text though or like really like meet up, but I just kind of run into them sort of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't talk to so like I know so many people like I never talked to anyone from like high school, right? It's just like a thing. Like you actually like you become adult and you just kind of have to make like new people, new friends, like new memories and like new places and stuff like that. It's kind of like sad that you spend 4 years with people and then it's like literally like in a few months it's like they really
Gone.
don't exist anymore. It's kind of sad, honestly.
Yeah.
I love the graduation episode. We see Izumi thinking back to the tiny happenstances that brought them together. Like, wow, if I never helped Sato get home, like that one little thing is what brought us together. Like, if that did not happen, like I would never be with her. Like I wouldn't even know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even talk to her. I wouldn't have all these friends and stuff like that, right? It's really cute, like those small life changing moments, like when you just randomly decide to join a Discord or group about anime, and then like there's someone else there, and then you just randomly send text though, and then all
And then all of a sudden
like
you're
4
doing a
years later you're
podcast.
doing podcasts. And you're talking every day and stuff like that, and you go through like a lot of moments together, like not actually together, but like a lot of life-changing events that
Yeah.
happened while we were like present in each other's lives happened. So like it's crazy. Again, like it's true. Like I want if you made it to this far into the episode, I want you to kind of think back throughout your life and like what small moment seemed significant, but then you realized had an absolutely huge impact on
Yeah.
your life.
Your
And I
life.
think that would be a really good I think that'd be a good thing to kind of ask a question on TikTok.
Yeah.
That's for you to do later, but I think that's a good one. And then so we also see Izumi finally able to get past his bad struggles. Like he's still kind of always held on to that. Like, is this kind of real sort of thing? Like, how long is this gonna last? And at the end of high school, you kind of see that like I'm able to, like this is perfect, this is great, like this is wonderful, like life is actually worth living and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We see Sakura thank Toru for the fun year together despite them not ending up together. It's again we get a small showcase of everyone celebrating together at the school, the teacher, everyone's trying to take the picture with the teacher and stuff like that. Just all these like little cute moments that
Is that
high
like a
school
real
like
big thing? Is
graduation
that stuff that
has.
you guys actually do? Like, is that like a big thing?
Oh yeah, like that's a big thing. The yearbook sign, right? That is yearbook sign.
Yeah.
That is like they never really showcased that in anime, but that's also like I know that's big America thing, right? Um, but
It,
the
it
yearbook
it is, but
signing, a lot of
the
the
teacher
pictures.
pictures is like a little odd, but
Mm, I don't know, like usually the teacher takes the picture of the class, but we usually get one with like with the teacher as well, right?
yeah,
Um,
we have a
like
few. Like I
homeroom
have like a
teacher.
picture with like two teachers,
Okay.
but like generally speaking, yeah, that's about it. And those are just the favorite ones.
Okay. So, yeah, Hori and Izumi end the series walking together away from the school as graduates. And Izumi is like, I wish I could, she's changed my life so much. I wish I could gift her the big, beautiful sky. And
Mhm.
that's kind of when it ends, and I almost cry. But, um, so with how much I praised this anime throughout it, do you have anything else before we get into final thoughts?
No, I'm good.
This anime was absolute like as close to perfect as you could possibly get for me. It is
Yeah,
such
yep.
a good anime. I gave it a 9.8 out of 10. It is such high score. I can put this on any day and enjoy it every single time. I've watched this so many times, this anime already. It is such a phenomenal anime. And it actually it somehow gets better with the missing pieces, which is the second season, which will be our next podcasto episode. But yeah, it's just fantastic, just how everything is just the way they handled the background characters.
Yep.
They almost felt at times like they were the main characters. The way everyone was connected, the way the people like you saw like there was sad moments. People don't always get with where who they should be or who they want to be. You see the envy that people have, you see the jealousy that people have. It's like they were so mature and had such a realistic outlook on what high school life is, that that's what made this so realistic is and so good, is like you can connect with the realism of it. Like if these were all actual people and this was an actual story from like people in high school, I can actually 100% believe it because nothing seemed fabricated or just too over the top or stupid to like exist.
Yeah,
And I
exactly.
think that's what made it such high score for me, is like the relatability where like you can think back to maybe your own high school like moments and be like, oh yeah, I remember, like you can relate to the characters in certain moments, right? That these characters did and these characters had because you might have actually had these same experiences in high school, right? So I just think the way they handled everything was perfect, or near perfect for me. The only thing that I kinda didn't like, I don't particularly like. I understand that Hori gets jealous and is overprotective. I just think that might be one of the only things that's just a little bit too much, too
Yeah.
unrealistic. Like there are some things where like I believe, but then there's a few moments where I'm just like I don't really like that, personally. But yeah, it's as close to like perfect score as you can be without being Yoda in April, of course. So,
Yeah.
duh.
Duh. No,
So
it's
yeah,
it's
I'm
just the
actually
same.
curious on your score and your final thoughts on the anime.
Yeah, it's the same. Like I said, I like the background music. I like a lot of, like you said, the way they utilize a lot of the background characters. Um, Again, when you have a cast like this and you utilize it well within the story, it elevates things to a point where it's like the whole purpose of the romance is the chase, right? It's that feeling of we're almost there. Okay, keep going. We're almost there. Keep going. It's that wanting of the relationship. But when animes like this do it where it's early on, they get together early. If you don't have a good background supporting character to lean on, it can drag it out, and it can just make the anime feel bland, right? And like I said, this is where they do it really, really well. Is even though they showcase the two of them together early on, they utilize the background characters and everyone else so well. Her home life, like characters at home, it's not just the two of them all the time, right? It's the same at school. It's not just always the two of them, right? So like with everyone all together and everything all around, it just it works out so well. Um, again, I didn't like you said, a lot of her jealousy. When it's like he's just existing and people are talking to him, and then she gets mad
Mhm.
and slaps him. And like, come on, we're going home, and like drags him out because she's mad because people notice his existence. Right? It's like those little moments where it's like, okay, like come on. And I'd like to say it gets better in the missing pieces, but it gets worse in a lot of ways in the missing pieces. It's mostly with the guys, right? So it's like again, it's those moments that kind of take you out a little bit, where it's like, okay, come on. I also didn't like with the whole Toru situation. I don't like it from a standpoint of with Yuki not being able to fully express herself for feelings. I really don't like when they do that. That whole I like you, we both know we like each other, but nobody's gonna say anything. Or like for her, like she just won't say anything or won't admit it to him, right? And it's like, go if you want this, go. It's like Miku from Quintessential Quintuplet. One of the reasons I didn't want her to win. It's like, you know, say something, do something. If you want that, go for it. You know, don't shy away from it, right? But yeah, I felt about the same. 9.98. Like I said, it's as close. Like you said, it's as close as perfect as anything, right? Um, outside of again, like you say, Your Line April.
Right. All right. What was your score? Sorry, I
Nine
zoned
eight,
out.
same.
9-8.
9.8.
Perfect.
There's nothing really
Okay.
like again. There's nothing really like that's going to be any different, right?
Right.
Again, it's just it's like you said, it's near perfect.
So I guess that's it. We actually did it in an hour and a half. We did it in a timely manner by some graces of the gods. All right. I want to thank, if you made it this far, thank you so much. Follow us on our socials, especially YouTube and TikTok, please. I stream video game on Twitch 5 days a week, barring illness or something else coming up. But for the most part, I'm usually doing it 5 times a week. Yeah, we really appreciate it if you could share the word of our podcast with those who you know like anime. And yeah, I think until that, I will see you guys next time. Bye
Yeah.
bye.
Bye, everyone. See you next time.